Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm bringing my top 10 abstract games. These are games that have a ranking on the website BoardGameGeek. I'm actually listing 12 because one of them might be a bit unusual and there's another one which is in the same family. Okay, so of course please do like, share and subscribe. Of course do comment, let me know your thoughts about this list. And additionally to that, if you support the channel, you can do so via Instagram, following over 2,200 photos, and of course via over on Patreon as well. In this case we'll say 12, it's Gluck's Light Your Way. It's a game by Queen Games whereby you're placing out counters and having to move a number of spaces from there or back from there. Up next we have Uno Dominos. This is one of those weird ones that you might not think to be in here, but as you can see it involves these kind of tiles, very much domino-like, and of course that's quite interesting when it comes to obviously the abstract strategy nature. Up next, Mandala, a wonderful two-player game from Trevor Benjamin and Brett J. Gilbert, whereby you're placing out cards and trying to time it well where you're placing and picking up cards. Next up we have chess. I still find there's so much variety to chess. Yes, I know there's always going to be a better player ultimately, but I still find it very interesting. Of course, if you're on a desert island, that's the game to go for. Next up, Yinch. So this is in the GIF project series by Chris Brunn. And this particular game involves you placing out discs and rings and things like that. When you place out a ring, you can then place other discs out and such like. I have only played this online, so that's why I'm a bit more hazy on it. I'm hoping to get myself a copy though. Up next, we have Hive, a very popular abstract strategy game, very much a chess killer for many people. Potentially plays quicker as well, and it's a great game from the UK. Up next we have Elements, quite an interesting game. This involves cards and it's again a two-player only game like Hive and many other games which are abstract strategies and chess, whereby you are trying to play out cards and again pick cards back and you're trying to time it so that you have the ideal score or the ideal score better than your opponent. Okay, up next we have Axio from Rainer Knizia, Dr. Rainer Knizia, a reimplementation of the game Ingenious. You can see a review for this on the channel. Go to the playlist for abstract strategies, as with many other videos already I've talked about today. In addition to that, you can of course go over to the family weight games and many other things to of course look into, as well as two-player games. Next up we have Davon. This is the other game in that GIF project. So there'll be two in one particular series. This is it, whereby you have a shrinking pool where as you grow your stack, it means you can move further, but that then hinders them where they can go. And you're trying to surround those Davon pieces, which are the red ones. There's a white team and there's a black team. Next up we have checkers. So I think actually this is in the wrong position of that list, but don't worry, I haven't been talking about the positions. I still find checkers interesting enough. I know it hasn't got a great rating, but sometimes just playing a little bit of checkers, it's not too bad. I mean, drafts is what I'd call it. It's definitely not my go-to game, and that's why obviously this is a rather bigger list as well. Then we have Azul. I think this is in number 2. Lovely tile laying game. Yes, of course it's tile laying, and there are other tile laying games out there, including Axio as well, and other games which are not according to this ranking on abstract strategies. But it's very interesting to see how you play it. That's an interesting 2-player, or of course you could play it 3 and 4 as well. And finally, Hey, That's My Fish. Now I find it very interesting how you can play this out and play it as it is. Not only is there very little theme, but I find it still very interesting to play it. It has its area control, which I'm generally not a fan of, but I just think it works very harmoniously. Well, there we go. That's been that top 10 list or so. I look forward to bringing more videos very soon.